Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into the absolute reinvention of global mobility. We're talking about a monumental shift that is completely transforming how we think about the cars we drive, how they're built, and honestly, what they're actually capable of doing. If you think the automotive industry is still just about horsepower and assembly lines, well, get ready to completely update your mental model.
Now, to put this into perspective, we have to look at the sheer scale of what we're talking about. $3 trillion. The global automotive industry is a massive $3 trillion behemoth. And right now, as we speak, it's undergoing its biggest shift in history. It is entirely re-engineering itself from the ground up. And, when an industry of this massive size pivots this dramatically, it affects absolutely everything, from global supply chains right down to the driveway outside your house.
To really grasp this pivot, we have to realize we're moving away from cars being purely about engines and mechanical parts. Instead, and I love how the source material puts this, today's vehicles are becoming smartphones on wheels. Just think about that for a second. Your phone used to just make calls, right? Now it's your entire digital life. The car is undergoing that exact same metamorphosis. It's no longer just a metal box to get you from point A to point B. It's an intelligent, highly connected device.
So here is our roadmap for today. First, from carriages to computers. Second, software-defined vehicles. Third, hybrids and battery innovation. Fourth, the new auto ecosystem. And finally, number 5, the future of smart mobility. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. From carriages to computers, the heritage of mobility.
Think about the journey we've been on. Back in the late 19th century, the automobile was really nothing more than an engineering novelty, a literal horseless carriage. Then, hitting the early 20th century, mass production turned it into one of the most influential industries on the planet, completely reshaping the world with manufacturing efficiency. Fast forward to recent years, and we've seen this massive electric vehicle push, accelerating our transition toward cleaner mobility. But today, the hyper-focus is all on smart, connected, and increasingly autonomous intelligence. It's a total evolution of the machine.
Moving on to Section 2, software-defined vehicles, the brain of the modern car.
Here is the crucial point. You are no longer just buying hardware. You're buying a highly complex computing platform. In a software-defined platform, the code running the car is just as critical, just as central to its function as the mechanical engineering. We're talking the struts, the brakes, the steering column. The software is now the star of the whole shebang.
And this software focus completely changes how cars are built, bringing us to a really fascinating concept: digital twins. Automakers are now using artificial intelligence to create simulated, fully digital models of vehicles. By using these digital twins, they can design, tweak, and test vehicles virtually before bending a single piece of real metal. This drastically reduces the need for physical prototypes and massively shortens the innovation cycle. They figure out what works in a computer simulation, saving immense amounts of time and resources. It's a real game changer.
We are seeing a huge shift from traditional component systems, isolated physical parts with fixed, unchanging systems, over to a unified, centralized computing architecture powered by AI and simulations. In the old days, the parts didn't really talk to each other intelligently at all. Now, everything is integrated into one central digital nervous system.
So why does this matter to you? Well, it's all about over-the-air software updates. In the traditional model, the day you drove your car off the lot, that was literally the best that car was ever going to be. It just slowly became obsolete. But with centralized computing, your vehicle continuously upgrades and evolves right in your driveway. These over-the-air updates are creating entirely new service ecosystems, allowing manufacturers to fix bugs, improve your driving range, or even add brand new features while you're fast asleep.
All right, Section 3, hybrids and battery innovation, the power source transition. As we push toward full electrification, hybrid vehicles are playing a critical bridging role. They perfectly balance 3 major market realities. First, they offer way better efficiency than traditional gas engines. Second, they respect our current infrastructure readiness, meaning, hey, you don't always need a plug. And third, they meet current consumer demand for folks who want cleaner mobility but might still have a bit of range anxiety. It's an incredibly practical pathway. But meanwhile, as hybrids bridge that gap, battery innovation remains the absolute defining factor for the future of mobility. The focus is laser-sharp on 3 specific things: vastly improved energy storage, highly advanced charging systems, and ultimately enabling much longer-range transportation. Every single breakthrough in these 3 areas sets the stage for vehicles that go further and charge much, much faster.
Let's zoom out for Section 4,
The new auto ecosystem, a true global transformation. There is absolutely no one-size-fits-all approach globally. Different regions are adapting based on their own unique realities. In some areas, integrated battery ecosystems are driving strong electric mobility leadership. In others, practical pathways mean hybrid adoption is gaining all the momentum. We're also seeing growth markets focusing heavily on premium vehicle segments, while established traditional auto hubs are totally redefining their historical strengths by pivoting to next-generation electric and software platforms. It is a complex, kind of fragmented, but highly dynamic global puzzle.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, the future of smart mobility. Time for a reality check.
Look, the benefits of smarter vehicles are massive. We're looking at transportation that is exponentially safer, cleaner, and vastly more efficient. But we cannot ignore the very real, practical roadblocks here. We face significant gaps in charging infrastructure. We face intense raw material demands for all these batteries and chips. And frankly, there are massive questions regarding the overall pace of ecosystem readiness. The cars might be ready, for sure, but the environment they operate in, it might not be.
Ultimately, the core takeaway from our sources is this single powerful thought. Mobility is being completely redefined. The defining metric of a great car is no longer just its top speed, its 0 to 60 time, or its pure mechanical output. No, the new metric of greatness is a vehicle's computing power and its systemic intelligence. It's not just about how it moves anymore, it's about how intelligently it operates in a connected world.
I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on today. We know the cars are getting smarter. They are becoming these incredible, self-updating, software-defined digital platforms. But as they undergo this revolution, is our global infrastructure, our power grids, our charging networks, our raw material supply chains, is it truly ready for this intelligence revolution? We know the vehicles are catching up to the future, but is the world around them keeping pace? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the reality around you.